Key, this is Raymond Avilla. Is that right? Close enough. Okay. All right. She's very pretty, isn't she? She's beautiful. You want her? I want her. Mm-hmm. Get another life. I want her.
I mean, I get another one.
I'm not looking for another life.
That's good. Tell you what, Raymond.
What?
If you want to ask me any more questions about Dan's stretch, take me down to internal affairs. Do it officially.
I don't need to ask you any more questions.
Good.
I got all my answers.
Thank you.
You can do better, Key.
Very clever, Raymond.
Hello everyone, this is Peak Entertainment and we are back again, and here now we have another thriller for you, and we're going to take a look back and reflect on the action cop thriller Internal Affairs. Released on January the 12th, 1990, it stars Richard Gere, Andy Garcia, William Baldwin, Nancy Travis, Laurie Metcalf. Now the story of Internal Affairs follows LAPD officer Dennis Peck, who despite having one of the best arrest records within the department, has a corrupt nature to bend the rules when necessary to suit his own needs. Whilst many around the police have suspicion of him, he's always managed to escape any punishment. We then enter Internal Affairs agent Raymond Avilla, who alongside his partner Amy Wallace, set about to investigate the corruption within the department. They're then assigned to look into an incident involving Peck and his partner Van Stretch, who assaulted a drug dealer during arrest. After interrogating Van Stretch, who has drug and domestic abuse issues, Raymond and Amy go on to investigate Peck's actions. As the investigation continues, an intense rivalry begins between Peck and Raymond, which brings both of their personal connections into play, with Peck unwilling to relent on his position and power, and Raymond becoming increasingly determined to take him down. Now when looking back at Internal Affairs, it's a supremely classy, sophisticated, very much of a noir-esque contemporary movie. It moves at such an effortlessly balanced pace, very much carried by a great musical score, which is a fusion of staccato beats and jazz and Latino sounds, and it just makes the movie really flow. It creates a certain dark atmosphere and tension. This is less of an action piece and much more of a character driven story, where we see all of these personalities push their limits on a much more of a psychological level. We then look at the movie's central performance, and as Dennis Peck, Richard Gere is absolutely great in what very well could be his best career performance. So deliberate in terms of being charismatic, ruthless, intelligent, yet somehow he remains likeable even though he's in a villainous role. Richard Gere plays it with such ease and relaxed with poise, very much like the movie itself, and you're just drawn to watch him all the way through in all of the scenes that he's involved in. Now in the role as Raymond Avilla, Andy Garcia overall is very solid, playing it far more straight, but he does get some scope to project more intensity halfway through the story, as we see Raymond become far more provoked and unhinged, going up against Peck's influence. The narrative is raised as we see Ray descending into drunken rages and depression, and we see many scenes where he has these jealous outrages, and they have Andy Garcia speaking in his native Latin language, again just ramping up the intensity. But strangely enough, he becomes far less likeable than Dennis Peck as a character, especially when we see him mistreating his wife. But this is again good for the movie itself because it raises the emotional stakes. As I mentioned before, it shows these characters making certain flaws when they're put under some mental duress and distress. And it helps that both Richard Gere and Andy Garcia are very competent actors, and they share a good chemistry and dynamic in all of the scenes involved together. And most of the supporting cast perform well throughout this film. William Baldwin is much better here than what he was in Backdraft, playing Van Stretch. He's somewhat of a wounded, very nervy, erratic personality. And we also have very good female presences within this film in terms of Nancy Travis as Ray's wife Kathleen, looking very good in the short dresses that they put her in. We have Annabella Scarosa as Dennis Peck's wife, and both of these characters find themselves constantly conflicted during the actions of their husbands. And as mentioned before, this is very much more focused on character, but we do have quite a standout action scene 2/3 of the way through the film involving Raymond trying to attain a Latin hitman who could have incriminating evidence against Peck. So if I had to give an overall score for Internal Affairs, I would give it a 7.8 out of 10. And when we go on to the movie's overall release, it wasn't a massive box office success, only grossing $47.7 million from a $15 million budget, so it did make its money back, and it did get good critical reception upon its release, but it's a movie that is somewhat forgotten and very much underrated, which is unfortunate as it really is a classy cop thriller. Whilst not necessarily groundbreaking within the genre, it is a great example within it, and I'd say for sure alongside a great musical score, compelling performances, including a career best from Richard Gere, Internal Affairs is a really great movie that definitely deserves more praise many years after its overall release. So those are my overall thoughts and feelings and review of Internal Affairs. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any other suggestions regarding any other movies, television series, or any other issues within the entertainment or pop culture scene that you'd like to see me cover, then also let me know within the comments, and I will see if I can provide further commentary for you on those topics in the future. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide you with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you very soon.